Now, besides the terminal in the GUI, Linux has other options for you. And this is a good thing because there are times where we're trying to troubleshoot things and we need to log into a traditional terminal, also called a TTY. Oh, and by the way, if you want to close the terminal when you're in the GUI, you can, of course, just click the X up here, or you can type exit from anywhere in the command line. That'll also work if you have multiple terminals open in the GUI. So let's open up another terminal here. So this is our terminal in the GUI. There are times we want to go out to a traditional terminal. This is actually considered a pseudo terminal in Linux terms. And if I type TTY here, it actually tells it PTS basically stands for pseudo terminal. It's not a traditional terminal. It's being provided to us on top of the Linux or the GNOME desktop. So what does a traditional TTY look like and how do we get to it? There's a number of different ways we can do that. Easiest way, shortcut keys. If I am centered on my desktop and I press the Control Alt F2 key here, I get the terminal. Now sometimes it gets a little funky looking. I think that's because my resolution is a little weird, so I'm just going to move it over here and then move it back, and that usually takes care of it. And I can still Control L to clear my screen here. So this is a traditional terminal. Not a lot of bells and whistles going on here, but this is where you may spend a lot of time if you become a Unix Linux administrator. The one thing I do want to point out about this is if we were to, let's say, scroll off like we did inside the GUI and we press this and everything scrolls off, well, there's no nice little scroll bar to use here and then my mouse doesn't work, but there is a way you can actually scroll back. If you press the Shift Control key, or I think it's just Shift, yeah, it's just Shift, sorry, take that back. So just press the Shift key and then press the up page button on your keyboard. That will take you up in the terminal, and the down page button will take you down. So very nice to know when you're in a terminal. There's enhanced terminals we can use here. We'll talk about this utility called Screen later on in the class. If I want to get back to my GUI, so here I am, I've logged in here. I can actually go to another terminal. If I press Control Alt F3, that will take me to another terminal. I can log in here as somebody else. Once again, this is very unusual if you're coming from a Windows or even Mac world, but this is typical in a Linux Unix environment because we want to have these options of what we can do. We can have multiple users logged in here at any time. Your GUI on this particular distribution of Linux will always be on the F1 key of your keyboard. And so if I want to go back to my GUI from here, I press Control Alt F1, and that takes me back to the GUI. Popped over here, but there you go. I'm back at the GUI now. We'll use our VMware shortcut key, Control F to full screen it. Pops me right back out. Control Alt F2, F3, F4, all the way up to F7. You can increase it more if you want to. But you have many options when it comes to terminals in a Linux Unix environment.